And we are back going right into Game 3. Optic Gaming has not dropped a map tonight. This would be a 3-0 if they can finish off Uplink. Crim 6 on your screen to open things up. And methods, we've been talking about Parliament, Compound, Drift, kind of the DLC maps in the rotation. What do you feel about Parliament so far? Is it more about the SMGs or the ARs on this map?
Definitely an AR-orientated map. I mean, you can get away with 4 ARs, honestly. A lot of the times you see 3 ARs in a sub, but you do see 4 battles sometimes. So definitely it's all about that AR shot, and that's why I feel like Optic's going to be so good consistently at this map. Because you have players like Formal and Crim and Karma who just don't miss, and their battles are so strong. I mean, Formal speaks for himself. Every single event we see him use the battle, and we see what he does. So Orbit has a lot of fighting to do, and TCM starting off 3-2, so that's a comeback from his goose egg last map. So they just really need to kick it up and outslay Optic, and if they can't, it's not going to look too good for them.
Looking at the mini map, this is pretty Optic dominated. You can see those blue arrows had all middle control. As I say it though, here comes Orbit. Faceno with his bound trying to answer back. Pretty slow start for Orbit. Finally with control of top middle though. They can go for the objective now if they want. When we talk about this map, though, normally you're going to see just one flanker. Scumpy is in that position right now. He can either put pressure on the spawns or he can flank when it looks like Orbit may go for the objective. And Scump out of that position is now going to open things up. It looks like TCM going to try and make some moves on the opposite end while his teammates go in with the drone.
Yeah, TCM just slaying in this base right now, getting a few key kills. Scump going to take him out. Accuracy can be pushing through this hallway right here, and he sees the carrier right in front. I'm going to try catching up right now, and we may see a score right here.
Formal just intercepted it. He just dropped it off the map as well.
And Scump got a 2-piece as well. So we just saw a really big opportunity from Orbit fall right through just because of Optic slaying and Formal's awareness.
And of course, these matches played a little bit earlier in the day. We had our production team recording it. Methods and I watching for the first time. We apologize for the lack of COD vision. But I really do enjoy watching it from the player perspective. You see Crim 6 clearing things out. Objective in the hands of Scump, and you can watch it on the minimap. The 1-point toss. Doesn't want to try and force a 2-pointer. Instead, they're just going to go for the lead. And that's all they're going to need for the first 2.5 minutes. TCM clearing out the route, though, is going to get over to the satellite drone. 2 players defending it. He's got Faceno with him. Big shot there on Karma. Now turning his attention to the middle of the map, and he's got 2 people to go for the drone. But Orbit, not so objective-minded from what I've seen. No one wants to really pick up the uplink drone. And now you see TCM trying to make his way. Will he go for the 1-point toss? Last time Formal had the interception all lined up. He's got to go for the new angle, and this time it's Formal again. Picks it out of the sky, as you can see, right below that scoreboard.
So another great play from Formal, and these teams are really close in the slaying department right now. Karma's went from 2-9 to 5-10, and you see Faceno at 9-9, TCM at 9-9. And if you look at both these teams in the scoreboards, they're really close, but Optic just has that 2-point advantage. They were able to get 2 throws in, and Formal, this game would be tied right now, or maybe losing if he didn't get those 2 interceptions. So
really impressed.
Him, and that's just overall what a pro player knows how to do.
I like how Optic kind of countered as well. After Formal got that interception, they didn't try and run it out along the left side perimeter. Instead, they just forced it right through top middle. Formal gets a fast break, and he gets the 1-point toss off. No need for a dunk at this point. They feel very confident in their slaying. You look through the numbers. Strong performance from Formal, positive Scumpy as well. On the other side, you got to look out for TCM and Faceno. They have shown they can answer back with their battles.
Yeah, so TCM putting some nice shots in the opposition right now. Still 2-0 for Optic, though. Orbit really needs to start making some moves and getting the satellite towards their base and start capitalizing, because the last 2 times they got a little too rushy. I mean, Formal was able to capitalize twice and intercept it. Accuracy almost falling off the map right there, able to save themselves. So going into the second side, we may see a low-scoring game of 2-0.
Would not be surprised. We've seen some blowouts on this map. We've also seen just 1-point differences in the score here. And it looks like at the start, Optic Gaming going to be comfortable playing it slow.
Really no submachine guns being used at all right now.
No. Yeah, I don't think I've seen an ASM1 in the kill feed in the second half of this first round.
Yeah, so that just shows it's literally 8 battles in the map. I feel like we're watching Black Ops 1 back when the FAMAS was around, and honestly, I love seeing it. It's just such a great gun, so much precision. It's just, when it comes to close range, it's so fun to watch too. So this map, really about the angles you have and how you can capitalize, because low scoring game right now, and you have two great slaying teams. So that just goes to show how this map's going to play out.
Krim, nice kills at the end of the first half. 2-0 start for Optic Gaming. Formal, by far the MVP so far for the green wall. And you got to just appreciate the way that Optic played defense here. They weren't freaking out when their opponents had the drone. They just set up, had 3 people in position to intercept, able to counter. So here we'll flip sides. Optic was on good side. Now they'll play from the more difficult spawn. We'll see, can Orbit take advantage of their starting position. Looks like our player to open things up with is going to be Formal once again from Optic Gaming.
Yeah, Formal's at 18 and 14 right now, leading the lobby. We see Karma at the bottom at 9 and 14, but we still have Optic with a 2-0 lead. And these teams really aren't too far away in the slaying department. I mean, they seem pretty even. It's just Optic capitalizing when they need to, and those great defensive plays from Formal are really just putting them over the top right now.
TCM tossing himself the drone, gets the bounce, gets the extra armor. Teammate covers up top. Here's a 2-point opportunity, but the stun is going to stop him short of getting around the wall. Accuracy trying to go for the putback is going to get up in the air, stop short. That is going to fall just below the uplink spawn, and now you're going to see the fast break once again on your mini-map. Formal leading the charge, going to find one, going to find two. His teammate still not comfortable enough to toss. Scumpy taking his time. Happy trying to hold on the defense, but Scumpy's going to get right around him and hits the 1-point shot. A 3-0 start with 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, so Orbit, perfect opportunity right there, but a huge stun from Optic really just saved that whole play. And then they were just able to capitalize and get into their base and Scump the huge throw in. So Happy, huge gunfight win there versus Seth. And I mean, 3-0 lead, 3 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time, but if things keep going the way they've been going, Optic's going to win this match 3-0.
Optic's been playing this one so defensively, but you got to question, how long is your defense going to hold up? Orbit keeps applying the pressure, and if a few things don't go the right way, Optic Gaming is down big.
Yeah, so if Orbit's able to get these Optic players trapped, they get some momentum, they can definitely, make an impact, but Scump up here, just slaying from afar. All these players keep getting kills. Happy 18 and 19. Krim 16 and 20 at the bottom of his team. Karma making a little comeback. He was 9 and 14 earlier, and I was -5. So still a little negative there, but numbers really don't matter right now because Optic's just playing this so well. And like you said, if they get caught playing a little too defensively, things can take a turn for the worse.
Drone inside the Optic base. Optic's probably going to go for the clear here, and it looks like they'll toss it off the boat. So nice decision making. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. It's still just 2-possession game. Karma, full red, going to make his way top middle. Playing this very aggressively. Going to be met by a player directly on the other side of this building. 2 more are going to try and flush through mid. But Karma's going to go straight for the drone. 3 down, Formal and Krim clearing the way. And he's got a 1-point toss in front of him. Goes up and over the defense. And that will connect. A 4-0 lead. Optic Gaming looking to close this one out strong. You look at the mini-map. They're so focused on just keeping Orbit off of that drone. And they have done a great job of that so far throughout side 2.
Yeah, so Paceno with a huge kill right there, and Optic just really has the upper hand still. 3 goes down for Orbit. TCM last one alive, 21 and 21. And Optic just, they're playing defensively, but when they do start playing offensively, they just destroy Orbit. And just looking at the kill feed, Orbit just doesn't stand a chance right now. 1 minute, 40 seconds left. It seems like Optic's going to take it. 6-0 lead now for Optic, and yeah, it's looking really grim.
Orbit just kind of unraveled there. You had Krim in your base, then you had Formal in your base. Formal's +10. I mean, the rest of the team, not positive. They're just trying to keep up. Formal really the only one focused on just simply outslaying the Orbit squad. And I look through Orbit, what's going wrong for them? It just seems to be mini-map presence. They're in the wrong spots. They're not really holding into the key choke points on the map like Optic is. And they honestly haven't been set up to defend any of the tosses coming in from Optic like we saw on the first side.
They just haven't been able to clutch like what Optic has. Orbit has had at least 2-point opportunities that were shut down by a stun and by these last-minute shots coming in for these Optic players. So overall, just some great clutch awareness and some great plays from them. And Orbit just can't get anything going. I mean, they get 3 down, and then they let Optic come back alive and just slay him back out. So a little more consistent slaying and a little more sort of pinching and working together and being in the better spot, the better time, this game could have went differently. But as we see it now, it seems that this game's pretty much over, and Optic 6-0 on their night.
And there you see just more points being tacked on. Formal's got 3 for Scump, 3 for Karma as he went for all tosses. Crim 6 went on a slaying spree inside the Orbit base as well. TCM trying to force through a 1-point toss, not even going to get a chance to throw it. And this is going to be it. Optic Gaming continuing to impress. No team has gone 3-0 on a single night. Everyone sitting at 2-1. We'll find out, will Optic be the first team to do so? Their final match is coming up in just a few minutes. We'll see them taking on Rise after this.